Hello friends, what do a fast Bugatti Veyrons car and a fancy meal share in common? You'll be amazed at the answer. Imagine this, a company that makes tires for some of the fastest cars out there, like the Bugatti Veyrons, and sells those tires for a whopping $42,000. This same company also makes tires for super big truck and even for space shuttle. I'm talking about Michelin. They don't just make tires for race cars and space stuff, they also make them for our everyday cars too. Now here's the fun part. Have you ever been to a fancy restaurant and seen that white, chubby tire guy, the Michelin man? Yep. He's not just there for fun. Restaurants all over the world won the Michelin star, kind of like how movie stars won the Oscar. But here's the big question. How does a tire company also become famous for rating fancy meals? It's the same Michelin for both, but why? The story behind it is as cool as the food in these top-rated places. But before we jump into this tasty tale, let's go back to the beginning and see how Michelin moved from just tires to also talking about food. Ready? Let's go back in time and find out. Picture two brothers, Andre, who loved figuring out how things worked, and Edward, who was about the great outdoors. They were trying to save their family's farm gearing business when they noticed everyone getting excited about the new cars coming out. Instead of thinking about farm tools, they thought about making better tires. While trying out a bicycle tire, they came up with a big idea. A tire that could be taken off easily without any sticky glue. And boom, in 1889, that's how Michelin started with their new easy-to-remove tire. A jump to the 1900s, and cars were becoming a big deal. In France, there were about 3,000 cars on the road. The Michelin Bros thought, why just make tires? Let's get more people driving and enjoying it. Their big dream, not just to sell tires, but to make driving a big part of everyone's life. With this goal, they started looking at what else they could do with their cool tire idea. In the early days, when cars started to become popular in France, the Michelin Brothers had a bright idea. What if they gave drivers a book to help them on their way? This was a long time before things like Google and people actually used map and advice from friends. This wasn't just any old book. It had a list of all mechanics in France, easy tire change instructions, where to find the closest gas station, and the best part, tips on where to eat and sleep. This was a big deal. No one had done this before. And as more people drove cars, they began loving the Michelin Guide. It became like a trusty friend on the road. It got so popular that the brothers thought, why just France? Soon they made guides for other countries too. Of all the things in the book, the list of restaurants became really important. They didn't realize it then, but this little list was starting a huge change in how we think about food. And as more people drove cars, they also started loving fancy meals. Time moved on, and cars weren't just about getting from one place to another. People started enjoying drives just for fun, finding cool places to visit and tasty places to eat. Michelin saw a chance here. The part in their guidebook about food places. It wasn't just extra information, it was becoming what people really wanted. They had a cool idea. Instead of just telling people about food places, why not say which ones were the best? So they got some food experts who secretly visited and judged these places. The best ones got the highest scores. But there was another clever move in 1926. They knew people with fancy cars liked fancy things, so they started giving special stars to top places to eat. This wasn't just a well-done pat on the back star, it was a huge deal. For 5 years, the best restaurants really wanted one of those Michelin stars. In 1931, Michelin added a twist. Instead of 1 star, restaurants could get up to 3. 1 star meant the food was great and worth stopping by. 2 stars meant the food was so good it was worth going a little out of your way. And 3 stars, it meant the meal was so amazing it was worth a long drive. This was smart thinking. By telling people to travel for food, they drive more and wear out their tires, leading them back to Michelin. But the brothers were serious about which places got the stars. Picture this, food reviewers like secret agents. These Michelin folks would eat, pay, and leave without anyone knowing they were there. And every review they wrote had to be double-checked to make sure the stars were really earned. Here's a fun fact. These super helpful guides were once a giveaway for free. When they did start charging, it was a very small amount. Why is that? Michelin wasn't trying to make money from the guide. They had a bigger plan in mind. But with success came a lot of pressure. Think of the Michelin Guide like the biggest award for food places. It's like winning the biggest movie or the music prize. When a restaurant gets a star, it's like telling everyone, hey, come and try our awesome food. When a place gets this star, big things happen. Quiet Corner Eatery can suddenly get super busy. Everyone wants a taste of what made it so special. But if they lose that star, ouch, that's really tough. Even big shot chefs feel it. Like Gordon Ramsay did. He had a big place in the New York called London. When it lost 2 stars, he was obviously super sad or mad. It's kind of wild to think a company that started with tires has such a big say in the food world. They didn't just change how we drive, but also where and what we eat. And the story is not just about shiny stars, but the lasting mark they left behind. You know, it's not just about being famous when you get a Michelin star. It's about being the best in the cooking business. Michelin set up a challenge for chefs. Be amazing and we'll recognize it with our stars. This made chefs aim higher, cook better, and try out new things. Now, not everyone was happy. Some felt Michelin only liked fancy and expensive places. So Michelin started the Bib Gourmet, celebrating great food that's also affordable. Like in Singapore, they gave a star to a street food stall where you can eat for just $2. When you think about how special Michelin is, consider this. During World War II, soldiers had Michelin guides. Why? They had the best map. Talk about the trust in the brand. And who can forget the Michelin's white mascot, Biebendam or Bib? A simple tire mascot became world famous. Now that's some smart thinking. What Michelin teaches us is this: stay top class, change when needed, and never forget what you stand for. The Red Book isn't just ads, it's a story of their passion. They went from making tires to spotlighting some of the world's best chef. A surprising twist, the renowned tire giant Michelin, known for outfitting cars like the Bugatti Veyrons and even the space shuttle, also holds influence in the culinary world with the coveted Michelin star. Starting in the 1900s, Michelin created guidebooks to steer motorists on their journey, highlighting top mechanics, gas stations, and importantly, eateries. Over the decades, as cars became more than just transportation, Michelin recognized the growing fascination with gourmet dining. The guidebook's restaurant section transformed from a mere recommendation to prestigious ratings by anonymous inspectors judged eateries. By 1931, the famous 3-star system emerged, marking restaurants from very good to exceptional. From rubber to gourmet meals, Michelin's tale is a testament to vision, innovation, and the constant quest for excellence. Have you ever dined in at a Michelin star restaurant? How was your experience like? Let me know in the comment section below. Well friends, that's all I have for you today. I hope you found this topic to be fascinating. If you'd like to see more such videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.